What's the deal with keto coffee or bulletproof coffee? What is that? In case you're new to this channel, I am Slick Nick, your personal keto bro. I have a master's in bro science. In other words, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not even a trainer. I'm just some dude in Tennessee with a camera who's approaching his 40th birthday, who has a goal of 17% body fat, who has kind of stumbled into this. I used to count calories and focus on protein, but now I thought, I've discovered perhaps fat is more efficient. I've already found that I feel so much better allowing my body to burn off fuel from fat alone, whether it's fat that I consume or whether it's fat from my own body, as I'm whittling away down from, I'd say, about 20% body fat, getting closer to that 17. So keto coffee, let's talk about this. Why do people who do keto do this thing? Well, keep in mind the 5 pillars of being keto. I created them. No one ever talked about this till I invented it on this channel. And to make it easy for you, there's a link right there that will take you to that initial video where I launched this series officially. But here's what they are: filling up on fat and fiber, fasting, drinking a gallon of water a day. It's 2 of these a day. It's 11:34 and I've already drank 1 of these. And then next is walking 2 to 3 miles a day, not running, and then making sure that you get enough sleep, which is 7 hours ideal. I don't want a whole lot more than that. I don't want less than that. 7 hours is really what helps as far as battling that cortisol, which needs to be its own video. So there you go. With all that being said, it's 11:35. I clicked over right as I looked at it. So what have I consumed so far today? I've consumed half a gallon of water and 1 cup of black coffee with MCT oil in it, and that's it. So now that ghrelin, that hormone, the hunger hormone, is starting to kick in, and I'm going to have my full fat coffee. This is, coffee with muscles here, and this is going to tide me over till at least 2 o'clock. I usually don't break my fast until 2, and break my fast means consume anything other than pure fat as far as protein or carbohydrates. So let's check out, what do I put in my coffee? How do I do that? It's not that different than I imagine. What's funny, here's I try to stick with organic coffee, and it's funny, this happens to be my last serving, so I don't even have to measure it out. Just pour it straight in there. Okay, so there's that. Next, and this is something I learned from Dr. Berg on YouTube. Check him out. It's non-GMO. Look at that. So I'm doing something right. So what I do is this is more happy juice for your brain. So help those. So there's a serving of that I'm putting in here. Okay, so there's that. Okay, next is salt. I'm doing the pink Himalayan salt right here because when you are keto, and you lose some precious minerals from your body. So I'm just gonna put it's probably I'd say probably, can you see that? It's probably similar to about a teaspoon of mineral salt that I'm doing there. Okay, now I do my cinnamon. I'm aiming for about a teaspoon of that as well. So I'll go ahead and put that in here. That's good enough. And then definitely the cayenne to kind of kick up the metabolism or whatever. Which is funny, way before I ever went keto, for years I've been putting cayenne pepper in my coffee. When I order coffee out, I always would do that anyway. And now that I'm keto, I am definitely doing that, but just with heavy cream. Actually, I ordered coffee this place. Look it up, Legacy Coffee in Columbia, Tennessee. That's not where I live, but it's nearby enough that I can drive there. And this was my first time full keto ordering coffee at a place. So I was like, what's the fattiest thing you can put in my coffee? And he said, we have 100% heavy cream. We can do that. I said, yeah. I said, do you have pure butter? Like, yeah. So they put that in there. I should have asked them to put cayenne in there. It would pretty much been, having bulletproof coffee out. Okay. So did I put the cayenne? I think I did. I think I put the cayenne pepper already. You can rewind this video. I can't. I don't know what I've already done. I like to add my MCT oil at the end of it, so I'm gonna hold off on that. But my grass-fed butter, which I've already cut a slice. Here we go. That's what I do. It's like a, yeah, there we go. Basically a tablespoon of butter. All right, so that's exciting. When I've watched other people do their bulletproof coffee videos or keto coffee, they always do it in a blender. Now for me, I prefer not to do that because the butter, it just kind of like floats at the top. I like to melt mine, so I drink my keto coffee hot. However, I also do what I call fat smoothies, which right now I'm still going through my whey protein. And I may be getting away from that altogether and just really focusing on more fat and less fiber. We'll see. I'm sorry, more fat and less protein, making just, I want to get to where I'm not doing like powders, protein. I'm trying to get away from that. If I'm going to have as I have protein, I want to be eating it in more of a pure form with a lot of fat. I'm wanting to simplify it. So with that being said though, if I'm making a smoothie and then maybe I'll put butter in there, that's fine. Another option is to put ghee. I also have ghee that I could do. Actually, I should have done that for this one really, but and here's another option too, is coconut butter. But either way, I just want to make sure that I've got my coconut fat and I've also got my butter fat, however I'm going to end up doing that. So there's a couple different options, but ghee I often do as well. But today, I just, I was so happy to get my, this brand again, because I didn't get it last time, so I was like, I miss this. I like it when it says grass-fed right on the label there. All right, so do you want to watch me make the coffee? Is that important to you? We've got this $400 coffee machine that my wife got a couple years ago. Let's see if I can do this. And so basically I'm just gonna put hot water in this and then stir it up as it melts the butter. Getting a paper towel to not make as much of a mess. Let's see. Yeah, with her machine, it like takes a minute for the water to go in there and hear it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna stir that butter in and then I'll drink it. You can watch me drink it. That'll be like the end of the video and be like, yeah, that's exactly how he does that every day. So while that's working on it, in review, it was like a teaspoon or tablespoon of black coffee, a spoon of the MCT oil, which I'm gonna add at the end. I'm glad I didn't forget. A splash of cayenne pepper, a couple of splashes of cinnamon. Did I already say the spoon of the cocoa, and slaps with some butter. All right, there we go. So final step is I'm going to add in my MCT oil. I think I just pretty much use teaspoons, not so much tablespoons. So I'm just trying to make this as efficient as I can. It's everything I do. So even this, it's like I want my body to still use as much of its own fat as it can and not depend. I really want to use fat that I consume as more of kind of the training wheels, because as long as I've still got fat to burn, I want my own body doing that. So, but when I do feel the ghrelin kicking and the hunger hormone, I know that, well, maybe that's the quote pain of the of my own fat being burned. So let's take a sip. It's hot, spicy, salty, robust. Those are some weird descriptions for anything, especially coffee, right? But this is my life. This is what I've been doing for months now and what I plan to continue to do. And keep in mind, 11:40, I'm probably not gonna even make an effort to eat any food until at least 2 o'clock. Now granted, if I did this closer to, sometimes I'll have this as soon as 10 a.m. if I'm just really hungry and I already drank my water. But other times, I'll wait till after 11, which is gonna buy me a couple of hours, usually 3 hours before I'm ready to have my first real breakfast meal. There you go. That was totally worth 10 minutes of your time. You feel so enlightened. I'm glad you watched. That's the Cayenne.